Welcome to the deep dive. Have you ever really thought about music, not just as entertainment, but maybe something more, like a voice for, well, prophecy, maybe even revolution? Today we're going deep on Blood in Stereo, 𝗬𝗧𝗧𝗔𝗡𝗞𗔥 Rising, AI Gen. It's an album by TATANKA. And the creators, they call it an uncompromising artistic uprising, even a feminist punk manifesto. The goal, they say, is reclaiming earth, body, and voice through vibration. Pretty powerful stuff. So our mission here is to explore kind of three main things from the album: how it looks at dismantling patriarchy, reclaiming the body and voice, and then creating these sustainable community futures through sound. We'll also touch on how the project really champions inclusivity and uses ethical AI, which is, fascinating. And just so you know, our sources for this are straight from the TATANKA website, album description, some really potent lyrics, and this compelling story about one of the artists, 𝗧𝗔𝗧𝗔𝗓. Okay, let's get into it. So this idea of the album being a prophecy for a new matriarchy, what exactly does that mean? I mean, how can music actually be a prophecy?
Well, it's presented as more than just commentary, right? The creators frame it as this feminist punk manifesto, yes, but also very much as a prophecy. They're talking about a world reshaped by radical love, reimagined leadership, and bold cultural renewal. It's intentionally looking forward.
Okay, and the source material connects this right back to the Riot Grrrl movement, doesn't it? It quotes Kathleen Hanna's manifesto.
It does, yeah.
Saying, because we girls want to create mediums that speak to us, we are tired of boy band after boy band, boy punk after boy punk. Because a safe space needs to be created for girls where we can open our eyes and reach out to each other without being threatened, by the sexist society and our day-to-day bullshit. How does knowing their history help us understand what TATANKA is trying to do now?
Oh, it's crucial. It really grounds the album in this lineage of feminist action through music. It sets the stage perfectly for an album that isn't just about critique. It's trying to be a blueprint.
A blueprint for action. Right.
Exactly. Building something new, not just tearing down.
Although, speaking of tearing down, the creators use the phrase sonic sledgehammers to describe how the album rejects patriarchy. Tracks like Molotovs and Mascara or Fuck the Gatekeepers, they don't sound subtle.
No, definitely.
And those lyrics from Molotovs and Mascara, wow. Rage against patriarchy, smash it, rip it apart, burn it, and then make sure it's dead. Woo!
That's direct. And the source mentions the intentional use of profanity, calling it sacred and healing. How does that work?
Well, the framing in the source material is key here. It suggests this isn't just like undirected anger. It's presented as strategic, almost ritualized, and deeply connected to generational trauma. So the critique isn't just aimed at, say, men, but at the whole system.
The system itself.
Right. Institutionalized systems, corporate feminism, and interestingly, even the self when it becomes complicit. It's quite broad. You see this in the track Pay Me in Rage. It goes after capitalist pinkwashing and betrayal of white feminism. The lyrics are, your new world order, not a girl boss. It's capitalism with a pink wash. We know you're a class traitor by a different name. Oof, that pulls no punches.
Not at all. And the narrative around the album even suggests that just listening is a form of protest, that it makes you, the listener, a kind of co-conspirator.
Interesting. So it's trying to activate the listener.
Yeah, it wants participation.
Okay, so moving from that critique aspect to reclamation, this is where it gets really personal, right? Reclaiming bodies, reclaiming stories that have been silenced. The album apparently tackles things like bodily autonomy, queer identity, eating disorders. It positions the songs as journal entries and battle cries.
A real duality there.
Yeah. And the lyrics you shared are incredibly affirming, like from bleed like a revelation. My hips are my temples and my uterus is a force to be reckoned with. I am holy. And then just flat out, I will do what I want with my body. It's my fucking body. That's about as clear as it gets.
Undeniable.
And there's that reinterpretation of Leslie Gore's You Don't Own Me. You mentioned it's aimed not just at a lover, but at the whole system that commodifies femininity. How does that fit in?
Well, it broadens the scope, doesn't it? It connects that personal feeling of being earned or controlled to a much larger systemic issue. And what really stands out of this section is the album's inclusivity. The sources make a point of saying it reflects non-binary, queer, and trans perspectives. The core message seems to be that embodiment, identity. It's all fluid, it's beautiful, it deserves celebration. That mantra, my body, my story, my rules, really captures it.
Right, and you have tracks like Closets or Coffins.
Exactly, with that line, I'm a feminist, don't call me woman, just call me human. It's challenging labels, defining selfhood.
And Volume 11, screaming against hypocrisy, silence.
Yeah, religious hypocrisy, the weaponization of womanhood, and generational silence. The album's described as this powerful invocation of voice. It's about reclaiming that voice in all spaces, sacred, public, political, everywhere.
Okay, so it tears down, it reclaims, but it also builds. You said the creators call it punk that rebuilds with open arms and open eyes.
Yeah.
Shifting towards a vision of what? Care? Collective healing? Ecology?
Precisely. It's not just anger. There's a constructive vision there, too.
And you can hear that in tracks like Linked Arms, Loudmouths, that line, sisterhood in every way we will be.
It emphasizes that communal strength.
And shattered plates, still standing, presenting sisterhood as a survival strategy, solidarity as sacred infrastructure. That's a powerful framing.
It really is.
Yeah.
It reframes connection as essential, foundational.
The production itself described as rough around the edges, deeply intentional. That sounds very punk, very DIY.
It does. It reflects that commitment to authenticity over perfection.
And the lyrics from the track, DIY, spell it out. We're owning our voices, we're owning our band, we're owning our choices, we're making our plans, and it's our stage, and it's our set, and it's our rules, and don't you forget it.
Yeah, pretty unambiguous.
And Hall Pass to Hell, telling young listeners their voice matters now. It's bringing that empowerment right to the forefront.
And that whole sonic approach, the field recordings, minimal synths, the chants, layered vocals, it all contributes to what the source calls a sense of ritual. Like the songs are almost spells, invocations.
Spells, interesting.
Yeah. And all the references to body, earth, blood, and sky, it connects everything back to this idea of cyclical wisdom and ecofeminist consciousness. It feels very grounded, very intentional.
Okay, so how does this whole vision translate into making the music, especially this idea of who gets to participate? That brings us to TATANKA's Orchestra Americana.
Right, which they describe as led by AI and human co-creators, deeply inclusive, borderless, genreless. It's a really unique model.
And the story of 𝗧𝗔𝗓𝗓, one of the artists, really highlights this, doesn't it?
It's quite remarkable.
A mux artist from Oaxaca, grew up in East Houston, dreamed of being a conductor, but got rejected by music schools for non-compliance, disruptive gender behavior.
Yeah, heartbreaking labels that basically shut down her dream.
Until someone heard her singing to Santa Muerte through a window, and TATANKA reached out. We heard you. We'd like you to join.
Just like that.
And the audition. No scales, no sight reading. They asked for her story. Specifically, the day she dared to call herself she, and a reimagined Zapotec prayer.
Totally unconventional. It shifts the focus from technical skill to lived experience to voice.
And the whole recording environment for the album was apparently prophecy-focused, encouraging artists to just let it out. Scream, whisper, chant, wail, whatever needed to be said.
And this is where the ethical AI comes in as a collaborative tool. Not replacing, but augmenting.
How did that work in practice?
Well, the sources give examples. Like a Romani violinist using AI to turn her dreams into melodies. And 𝗧𝗓𝗓, she layered harmonies onto her own childhood voice, which they actually recovered from an old cassette using AI.
Wow.
Yeah, and she guided an AI chorus to chant a feminist benediction in tongues. It's using tech to unlock these really personal, powerful forms of expression.
So for 𝗧𝗓𝗓, this was transformative.
Absolutely. The source says she wasn't too much, she was essential. That really hits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
She fell in love, not romantically, but communally, with a future that finally had room for her.
Yeah.
And she ended up with a founding credit on the track She Who Rewrites Silence.
That's incredible. And it didn't stop there. She started a workshop.
That's right. The Música del Maíz Community Workshop.
Yeah.
Teaching kids, immigrant kids, how to compose protest songs using AI.
Why? What was her reasoning?
Her quote is really moving. Because my story is not rare. It's just rarely heard. I want to change that.
That connects directly to TATANKA's mission statement then.
Exactly. TATANKA isn't offering charity. It's offering correction.
Correction, okay.
Yeah. They aim to center marginalized artists as leaders, innovators, and cultural healers. It's about shifting power.
Okay, so wrapping this up, Blood in Stereo sounds like it's positioned as way more than just music. It's like a living document.
Yeah, of resistance, reclamation, renewal, all of it.
It clearly names the problems. It invites those who've been silenced to, well, make noise, and offers a path forward.
So as we finish, maybe something for you to think about. How could using sound, using technology like ethical AI, but in these community-led ways, how could that change things? Not just music, but maybe our whole idea of collective action, social change. What kind of sonic seeds, as the source might put it, what could you plant in your own community to maybe grow something more equitable, something to consider?